Dream with us for a second. Your perfect retirement. What's it look like? Traveling to distant places, gift upon gifts for the grandkids. All of it is possible, but it does take preparation. Well, the team at Key Financial Services in Berlin wants to help in every part of that process.
It's a family business comprised of a father, a daughter, and a son, along with a few others. And as we hear from DelmarvaLife's Katie Zarrilli, they'll make you feel like family and help your finances feel manageable.
A family devoted to finances. Curtis Maycumber, his daughter Kristen, and son Colin are connected by blood, but also by their desire to help folks retire.
People are just so intimidated by finances and, investing and taxes and Social Security. And it's just very gratifying to help clients.
Curtis started Key Financial Services in 1999. He was in the business before that, but wanted to serve clients in an independent way. Originally, he had 17 offices on the East Coast, and then he downsized to just this one in Berlin.
It was killing me. I had a full head of hair when we started that. But we've helped hundreds and thousands of people, with this. And it's just all about the integrity and making sure that the client's needs are met.
In addition to his family, Curtis has other staff members folks can trust too. The first time they sit down with clients, it's all about finding out their financial goals and what fears might be floating around.
Most people are afraid of running out of money, and they don't want to have nothing, have to go back to live with their kids when they're 80 years old. I know my kids said, make sure you have enough money because they're not letting me come back. Also taxes. People are very afraid of taxes.
Alleviating those fears comes through finding what'll guarantee income. It's also important folks figure out what their expenses will be.
And that's a homework assignment that we'll usually give after the first meeting. Say, look, if you don't have a target, it's very hard to shoot the arrow.
And it's never too early to make these plans. It's about accumulating, protecting, and then distributing.
Young folks like you and Colin, it's all about accumulating. Where are you going to put money and let it grow so that it is there, that we can protect it later and then ultimately distribute it to you and your heirs.
Colin knew he wanted to join the biz since high school, so he's been here since graduating college.
Mostly because of my dad. Growing up with this, I had learned probably more than the average kid would about finances, just how it worked. And that actually led me to take some classes in high school that really made me appreciate it.
Dad's not a bad boss either.
I can't complain. He's my dad, and he will remind you of that when he has to, but definitely had worse bosses in my life.
And there's sweet satisfaction in this kind of service.
Especially when somebody comes in and, they're pulling their hair out, they're stressed out, they really don't know what's where, how's it taxed, what the return is. And then to be able to, a couple meetings later, they're much more relaxed, they have a clear picture, they know what their retirement's going to look like and when they can retire. In a lot of cases, it's earlier than they anticipated, which is also just a great feeling to let somebody know, you can continue to work as long as you want, but you no longer have to.
When it's really a great result. Or you'll get that gruff old guy that's just tough. And then ultimately he'll look at me and say, when I'm gone, I want you to take care of my wife. And I just got chills when I said that to you, because that is powerful. You know that you've connected, and we take that responsibility very seriously.
People who come in have different desires and a wide variety of what's inside their wallets. Everyone, though, is invested in equally.
We try and keep fees to a minimum, make sure we're putting you in the right product for your situation. And I have clients that they're putting away $25, $50 a month. And I'm just trying to help them get to a place where they can retire.
Sometimes they meet with couples, sometimes it's one or the other. But they urge married folk to tackle this as a team.
Get involved. My wife too. I force her to look at these things to try to have an idea what's going on. But again, like I go back to the stories when the gruff old guy, he was the one doing everything, and then they saddle me with the responsibility of teaching her how to fend for herself. We're there to help, but ultimately it's her decision.
A financial team that takes care of clients like family, which makes all the difference for their futures.
And we are excited to announce that the team from Key Financial Services is going to be part of our Shore Living Expo show in Ocean City. The live taping next Saturday, that show airing the following Monday.
Looking forward to that.
It's always fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.